Dee had a nasty habit. She liked to pick, lick, roll, and flick her bogeys. Her parents warned her that if she did not stop, then she'd pick out the bogeyman. And when she did that, she would not like what he did.
If you carry on digging at the rate you're digging now, eventually you'll dig out the bogeyman. Dee gasped. Her mother shrieked. The finger fell from the nose hole. The bogeyman? What does he do? That you do not want to know. Her father was right. What the bogeyman did was best left a secret.
One night, Dee is asleep and she's awoken by a voice telling her to pick her nose. She easily gives in and picks out a rather large, gloopy bogey, which she proceeds to flick at the wall.
Only instead of sliding down the wall like a slug, it steamed and sizzled and turned inside out like a green Yorkshire pudding. Are you the bogeyman? Quivered Dee. Indeed I am. And you are in a whole heap of trouble. But a little voice in my head told me to pick you. That was me. For 10 years I've put up with your fingers, trying to dig me out of house and home. I've had enough. How would you like it if you had to sleep in a steel cage for fear of being plucked from your bed? Or if every time you took a bath, a huge finger poked up the plug hole and tried to grab you? I have to carry a pickaxe all the time, you know, in case I'm snatched and need something to grip onto the nostrils with. I don't think I'd like it at all. Just because bogeys are short on brains doesn't mean we don't have feelings, you know? Now, are you going to stop picking on me, or am I going to have to make you? The question took Digger Dee by surprise. But I love picking my nose, she said, without thinking. So the bogeyman ate her.
Dee finds herself in the land of bogeys and is picked out from this land by a giant who licks, rolls, and flicks her across the room into the dog's bowl. Trying to escape, she runs into the giant's son, who, upon spotting her, put her straight into his mouth. The giant's son thinks she's a bogey. While on his tongue, Dee decides to think quick and bites the giant's son's tongue, causing him to spit her out. She flies into the bogeyman's arms, and he says,
Now do you see how dangerous the world can be for bogeys when we're picked, licked, rolled and flicked? I do, she said. And do you swear never to pick your nose and put a bogey's life at risk again? I do, she said. And with that, he whisked her back through time and space until he reached her bedroom. Thank you, she said, as the bogeyman crawled back up her nose. My pleasure. His voice echoed like a cry in a canyon as he climbed up the inside of her nostril and made his way home to Mount Sinus.
I kid about this episode, but I actually enjoyed it. It is kind of good in the storytelling's perspective, but it's basically the age-old saying of walk a mile in my shoes and see how you fare. or put yourself in my position and would you like it? Which is a pretty decent way to teach a child how it feels to be treated in such a way, especially if they are the ones doing the treating. Like if you bully someone and then you in turn get bullied, you don't like it, do you? You wouldn't like it, would you? Like I said in Barber of Civil, there are stories in which the children survive and actually learn their lessons, like they learn hardcore their lesson. While Barber of Civil is the first one in which a child or children are forcefully taught their lessons, but they survive, this is the first one in which a child is taught a lesson in a non-lethal way. Like, yeah, she could have died in the stomach of that giant, but personally I don't think that the bogeyman would have let her die in the stomach of the giant. Like, if she didn't help herself, he would have actually helped her, because it was not his intention to have her killed. He just wanted her to stop picking her nose so he could live in peace. He didn't want to kill her. So yeah, I like this story. It's just one of those cautionary morality tales that Grizzly Tales is really good for. So we're 27 in. I'm on to 26th. I'll see you then.